Good evening, wrestling fans. We're your hosts, Lewis
and Jaden, and this is
Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Welcome back, fans, to another edition of Evolution of Pro Wrestling. We were out about 2 weeks. We're back to being normal on Fridays, 8 p.m., as we had some requests from fans, and we gave them what they wanted. Right, Jaden?
Yes, we did.
Excuse me. Jaden, tell them about our tonight's topic.
Tonight's topic, international wrestling. Wrestlers that started off popular in other places, like Mexico, Puerto Rico, places like that, and then made their ways into the WWE. So I'm looking forward into absolutely talking about this topic, because there is a lot of international wrestlers who have come from places that have been popular in their places and have come to succeed in another place, which is very difficult to do for some people.
No, absolutely. And when you talk about international superstars, it's like you said, where they come from, how they got to come to the organization, where they started from. So it's going to be interesting to have it. And we have a fan, Luis Rosado Jr. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Great show. We're glad to have you on. We appreciate you watching the show. We're about to welcoming a guest on the show, which we've seen many times. He is part of the elite tag team in Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling.
One of my favorite tag teams.
Yep. Mr. Alex Todd. We're going to welcome him into the show right now. And talk about this international scene. Him, a fellow international superstar that's come from the States and come to where he needed to be. Let's see what he's got to say when it comes to this topic and certain things that we're going to do as the show goes along. And we're also going to ask him about his career, how it transcended, how he likes working with Alex Misery and certain stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Todd from Anarchy. Welcome to the show, sir. He's got to say when it comes to this topic and certain things that we're going to do as the show goes along. And we also going to ask him about his career, how it transcended, how he likes working with Alex Misery and I'm sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties. Things that we're going to do as the show goes along. And we also going to ask him about his career, how it transcended, how he likes working with Alex Misery Hold on 1 second, I'm sorry. All right, let's bring him back. We had a little technical difficulty there, fans. Yeah. It's all right. It kept going and going.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, sorry, I apologize. We had a little technical difficulty with that.
It's all good, man.
So Anarchy, Alex Todd, we've seen you many times in Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. My son, as a huge fan, has seen him before. Yep. International superstars is the topic for today. As we know, you are from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You come from the international scene. You come into the indie scene.
Yeah.
How does it feel as an international superstar coming from the states of Puerto Rico into the United States wrestling in the indie scene?
Well, it's nice to be considered international, even though, I know a lot of people don't know that Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. So technically, we have the same money, we have all that. But I have gotten a lot of questions about how does it work to go over there. But it feels good to be over here. There's a lot more in the United States than there is down there, even though I do miss wrestling down there. I do miss, all the friends I made when I was down there. And, yeah, it's good to be here. It's good to keep trying to branch out and do all that.
Now, as a
Now, as a
superstar,
superstar,
who did you
who
watch
did you
growing
watch
up
growing up
internationally?
internationally?
I know
I know
superstars that I've seen in
superstars
Puerto
that I've seen in
Rico,
Puerto
like
Rico,
Carlos
like Carlos
Colon,
Colon,
Cheeky
Cheeky
Star, and
Star,
Vader
and Vader
One.
One.
To this day,
To
Carlito
this day,
Colon,
Carlito Colon,
the
also
son
as
of
well, the
Carlos
son of
Colon.
Carlos Colon.
Did any of these
Did
guys
any of
have
these
had
guys
any
have had any
influence in your
influence
career?
in your career? You know, there's other Latin
superstars, but which one
superstars, but which one
had some influence
had
in your
some
career?
influence in your career?
There's this one great guy that actually stood out to me the most. And I actually managed to train at his school while I was down there, is the great Shane the Glamour Boy. Like, Shane is, I forgot what they call him, but he was just like the best thing that ever happened to Puerto Rican wrestling back in the day. His feud with Savio Vega, his feud with Ricky Banderas, Mil Muertes, like, just, he really inspired me to, like, watch wrestling. Just something about him just stood out to me. Him and then Huracan Castillo Jr., like, all great guys that, even Alex Misery's dad, Apollo, the great Apollo, I grew up watching him, so it's crazy how life, you know, just comes around like that.
No,
No,
absolutely.
absolutely. And
When you mention
when you
stars like that,
like that,
a lot of people don't look at
a lot of
international
people don't look at
superstars as these
international
top
superstars
superstars,
as these top
but they're
superstars,
wrong
but they're wrong
because
because
you got guys
you got
like
guys like
Alberto Del Rio,
Alberto Del Rio,
Yeah, great dude.
Vertigo, a
Vertigo,
fellow
you know, a
superstar you
fellow
wrestled with,
superstar you
also
wrestled with,
another
also
legend from
another
Puerto Rico.
legend from Puerto Rico,
Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero.
There's many
You know, there's
stars that
many
have come
stars that have
out
come
and
out and
really blew the
really
roof off,
blew the roof off,
off the arena.
off the arena.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Now,
we like your
we
character.
like your character.
We like
We like
what you do.
what you do.
Oh.
There was
There
one thing that
was one thing that
surprised us that
surprised
day
us
at
that day
Atomic,
at Atomic,
Jaden,
Jaden,
when you
when you actually did a heel turn.
That was
That
surprising.
was surprising. We wasn't expecting that. Coming out and
giving the low blow to
giving the low blow to
And I'm
Vertigo. You know,
assuming
and I'm assuming this rivalry's not over.
It's far from over. There's way more
Well,
coming.
what made you do it?
If
If you don't mind us
If you don't
asking.
mind us asking.
You know, it's for a long time, not a lot of people believed in me. Everybody were like, oh, I'm just another curtain jerker. I'm just another indie wrestler from Florida that's not gonna go anywhere. And then I found Anarchy, and that really like helped us get noticed. But still, somewhat in a way, I was being forgotten about every now and then. So I finally got probably the biggest opportunity I've had in Atomic. And then unfortunately had to be with, you know, my teacher, the guy who helped me be who I am in wrestling. And just all the bent up frustration and anger from the years of frustration and anger. And it just all boiled down to that. And when I lost that match, I just lost it.
That can happen.
You know, it's happened with
numerous superstars today
in WWE. You know, Chris Jericho or
Edge,
and you know, big superstars like that made a heel turn and then just became a major superstar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with you,
it's like
There we go.
we're actually
looking forward to seeing where this is going to take you to your new career.
Now,
in your career, has there ever been any
controversial stuff, like personal, that certain people doubted you, that didn't think you can make it, that just say, this guy sucks, he's not an indie wrestler, he's never going to make it, and then you just pull it in their face and said, give him a big F you, and like, I made it, I'm still going, and I'm still going in my career.
Right.
Has that ever
has that occurred?
Many times in my life. For example, my biggest obstacle when I first got in wrestling was my parents. They're just not supportive at all. Still to this day, not supportive at all. But now they're starting to finally like understand because I'm proving them wrong. Like I'm wrestling here, I'm wrestling out of state, I'm wrestling in Puerto Rico. And now they're like, okay. Then of course there's people in wrestling who, of course, everybody has that one person that they don't believe in, that they're not going to make it anywhere. There was a one point where like they were saying that the character I was portraying before Anarchy wasn't going to go anywhere, but yet we are selling out of merch. Alpha the Wild Samoan said he loved it. Like, just a bunch of recognition. And honestly, like, people are going to talk, and you can't let it get to you. You just got to keep grinding and working hard. And that's what I've been doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what you need to do, especially in this business.
A lot of people say that people don't pay their dues in wrestling.
Right.
And in your case, I've seen what you've done. I've seen after the event, how you help out with the ring coordinating and helping Alex Red and talking to the fans and stuff like that. It takes a lot to do that. And that's good respect. That's respect we give to you for saying, no matter what type of character I am, no matter what type of wrestler I am, I'm still gonna help the ring crew.
Right.
Now, one question I want to ask you, which I always ask the talent that comes on this show. If you had a choice for a dream match right now against anyone, whether it was deceased, alive, past, present, future, who would it be?
Damn, that's a very hard question. It's always a... Right now, I'd say my dream match is... I'm not on the level of any of the deceased guys I would like to wrestle. So, like, if I ever do get to that level, then I'll definitely talk about them. But definitely Serpentico is my dream opponent right now. And he's killing it everywhere he is right now. So I hope one day to step in the ring with him would be great.
There's one match I want to see. And I know you might be against me with this to see this match, but I just want to see it. I would like to see you against Alex Misery. Partner against partner. I would love to see that match because you guys know each other so well. It would be an excellent match. And I would pay to see it.
Yeah, that's just the part.
So it's funny you mentioned.
I don't love so much
footage. Actually, Apollo Jr., Alex Misery, and myself have wrestled each other exactly 3 times. We wrestled. I don't really remember the first one. I think he remembers it, but I don't. Our second time we wrestled at WXW, and then our third time wrestling each other, we drove up to New Jersey for SWF. And when we got there, there was a free seminar with a guy named Brandon Kirk. Look him up, great dude. Apollo and I impressed them so much during the seminar that they put us on the show, and we killed it. There's footage, real good footage about it, and yeah, like it would be a good match. I definitely agree. But man, it's my partner, man.
Well, with the heel turn that you got, I don't know. This is the whole new attitude. I haven't seen Alex Misery in a couple of weeks. Last couple of events, I haven't seen him. So I don't know. I hope hopefully he can turn heel too, and I see this new attitude from Anarchy just pretty much beating the shit out of everybody in the tag division and just taking over.
Yeah, that's what if that's what Atomic wants to do. Right now, I think there's definitely stuff left with Vertigo that I'm gonna do before I even probably go back to doing Anarchy. But definitely just keep on the lookout.
Oh, absolutely. What we do with our talent, we let you at the end of the show promote anything you need to promote for your fans, for your company, any company you work for. The floor is yours, sir.
Okay. All right. So tomorrow is Hype Pro Wrestling. I'm not on the card, but my partner Apollo Jr. is on the card. It's at Ace Cafe, Orlando. Definitely check it out. Atomic, of course, is October 11th at the Space Coast Convention Center. Check out Pro Wrestling 2.0. That's where I train at. Definitely check out Team 3D School of Wrestling. They're great as well. The Wild Samoan Training Center in Melbourne. It's in Mineola. My bad. Also, if you want to follow me, you want to keep up with what I'm doing, definitely follow me on Twitter or Instagram under @Alex_Todd. If you want to find me on Facebook, I'm under Alex Todd on my personal and on my fan page. And if you want to keep up with Anarchy, we're just Anarchy on our fan pages on Facebook. Definitely.
Awesome. Mr. Alex Todd, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, sir. I know this is not the last time we're going to have you on. As I said, we're looking forward to seeing where this heel turn goes. So we're gonna be keeping a lookout for this. And the next show we're gonna be there. So I won't be surprised if someone interferes in this atomic next level championship match. So we're definitely keeping a lookout for that.
I will be as well.
All right. Thank you for being on the show, sir. It's a pleasure. And we'll see you then.
All right. See you then.
Take care, sir.
You as well.
That was crazy, Jaden. One of your favorite tag teams, and turned heel when he attacked Vertigo. That's an international superstar that came from Puerto Rico, which a lot of people do say, Puerto Rico is from the United States, but still, it's a country. It's a Latin country. A lot of people are still talking about it, still talk about the superstars. Now, when you talk about international superstars, Jaden, people think, maybe you talk about the great Khali, and it's not about these big superstars. It's about international superstars that made stardom when they were in Puerto Rico, or they were in Mexico, Japan, Canada, England, all over the world.
That's what makes this topic so interesting, because these guys are coming from all these places, and New America or wherever they're from could be new to this place. So whenever they're new to this place, they're not gonna know what's going on. They're not gonna know how this WWE moves. So they're gonna get doubted, and people are gonna think that these people are not good enough. Like, look at all these wrestlers are good. These wrestlers made it to the big leagues. Most of these wrestlers have champions. That's what makes this topic such an interesting topic, because these wrestlers did it, and they did it the right way.
No, absolutely. And when you talk about certain international superstars, okay, for an example, Shinsuke Nakamura. When we're going to talk about Shinsuke later on, also, fans, we're going to be talking about Clash of the Champions tonight. We're going to do our predictions for that tonight, for this Sunday, before we finish this show. We're going to talk about him later. But Shinsuke Nakamura came from Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling is known as a very top organization around the world. This man was a phenom in Japan. Comes to WWE, makes a name for himself in NXT champion, comes to WWE, becomes Intercontinental champion, United States champion. I want them to use this man better. He's a major international superstar that I think can still become WWE champion or Universal champion. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree, but I also have to disagree. I wouldn't say I disagree, but I have to go with someone else that I think could still be champion.
Who?
Sin Cara.
You kidding me?
Yeah.
Get out of here. Come on.
Let's listen to
Sin Cara barely made it when he came to WWE.
Look, I understand that.
Okay, don't get me wrong. He's a good international superstar. He comes from Mexico.
I'm not knocking none of these people, but Sin Cara, he worked his tail off when he first came to WWE.
Okay.
He was doing the most he could to possibly win a title, and they absolutely just screwed this man over. So I feel like the WWE could do better with him.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
But look at Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio. But that's what it's not about Mexican. Rey Mysterio has the better talent than Sin Cara.
That's because he's been in the WWE.
That don't mean anything. That doesn't mean nothing. He's been in WCW.
Rey Mysterio has more experience.
Exactly, but Sin Cara also has experience because he comes from AAA Mexico. In AAA Mexico, superstars from Mexico make a name for themselves. Like we mentioned one before. I mentioned one to Alex Todd. Chicky Star. Chicky Star is a phenomenal ex-athlete from Puerto Rico. The man did it all in Puerto Rico. Same thing with Savio Vega. They used to call him TNT. Another phenomenal superstar. But Sin Cara,
I mean,
yes,
you
the
gotta give
man.
the man credit.
Okay,
like,
come on. I give him the. I give the man the
they
credit
screwed him over completely. Like,
because he got hurt. He got hurt.
He got hurt. Look at all of these people that got hurt, and look how better they got when they got hurt.
Okay.
So getting hurt is an excuse, but getting hurt is also not an excuse when it comes to the WWE.
No, but that's
because getting hurt just basically makes you stronger when you get into the WWE. Because everybody's like, "Oh my God, this person returned," which causes a bigger impact on your WWE career.
Well, I have to agree with that at some aspect. Because Rey Mysterio came back at the Royal Rumble. Nobody knew he was coming. He came back, signed a full-time contract. But how many times has he been hurt? How many times has he had to leave the WWE because of injuries? Why? Same thing with Sin Cara. Sin Cara got hurt. Next thing you know, the real Sin Cara ended up leaving because he couldn't handle the heat in the WWE. And they put another Sin Cara because they owned the contract. So, yes, Sin Cara should be a champion, but I don't think he would ever be WWE or Universal Champion.
I think he could be WWE champion, but they shouldn't make him hold it
I don't think so. I wouldn't give him the title. I definitely wouldn't give him the title. For sure. At all.
I gotta give that man credit.
No, I give him credit. Listen, I give him certain credit to a degree. And at this point, I can't agree with that. He did good with Kalisto as a tag team. But singles, I wouldn't give it to him. I'm sorry. Just not my cup of tea. Anyway, fans, as we had this discussion, another person that was a major superstar, the Great Muta, international great in Japan, WCW. The man was phenomenal in the ring. He fought the likes of Sting, the Steiner brothers, Masahiro Chono, Lex Luger. The list goes on, man. This man has fought many superstars. You don't know the Great Muta because he's before your time, but when you mention a certain individual from Mexico, Eddie Guerrero. Absolutely. That man deserved to be WWE champion.
This Eddie Guerrero made people jump out of their seats so fast that you can say wow before he even jumps off of the top rope. This man started off small and then he got super big. God rest his soul. But Eddie Guerrero was one of the most phenomenal wrestlers I have ever seen to compete in a WWE ring. He used to do things that people would never thought would be done. So
that people to this day can't do it.
Exactly.
People to this day still can't do what he did.
People to this day still talks about what he does, or the stunts that he did, or the things he did to put his body on the line, or the people he beat. No, but that's why he's such a great wrestler. He should deserve to be on the list.
No, exactly. He's definitely on the list. And what you fail to understand, Jaden, and many people fail to understand, a lot of people doubted him as an international superstar because of the color of his skin, the race that he had, and he proved a lot of people wrong. Just the man, he had his personal demons. He did drugs, he did whatever, and I know a lot of people know what happened, but he made himself clean. He found God. He made his career. Unfortunately, he was taken at a young age. He was my age when he died, because the steroids caught up to him. The man used to take steroids. He used to do drugs. He used to do all that stuff, but he made himself a phenomenal superstar. And yes, he did deserve to be on this list. You, Jaden, who do you think should not be recognized as an international superstar?
Oh, that is a good question. As an international superstar, I know we were just having this discussion about it, but I know I was on his side, but I gotta go with Sin Cara. I don't know why, but I know he's Mexican and everything, but I don't think he deserved place to be don't get me wrong. The guy was a good wrestler, but I just don't think he would place top 10 and one of the best international superstars to be in wrestling.
Yeah, but you just finished saying that he could be a champion.
He could be a champion. Don't get me wrong.
You just you're contradicting yourself.
Don't get me wrong. He could have been a champion, but I don't think just because somebody can be a champion doesn't mean they have to place top 10 or they have to place a certain stage on the list of wrestlers that should be international. Sin Cara could be way lower than all of these wrestlers. Like, look at Kofi Kingston. Look how much they doubted him. Look how much people were ahead of the game more than Kofi Kingston was. And look how many people he proved wrong. Most people doubted him because they never thought he would win the WWE title. Did he stop? No. So it really doesn't matter what place you have in being an international superstar. You just gotta keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself. And one day you will get to the top of that mountain and you will actually win your goal that you want.
Okay. No, yeah, that's a good point of what you said. But Kofi Kingston, the man went from nobody. It took him 11 years to become the WWE champion, which a lot of people thought he should have become champion sooner. The man comes from Guyana, from his roots, which he went back to Guyana after the WWE champion. The person that to me should not be on this list, Jinder Mahal.
What?
Jinder Mahal. I'm sorry.
Jinder Mahal.
You telling me Jinder Mahal should be on this list as part?
Absolutely.
Hell no. You tell me why he should be on this list. Because he won the WWE championship once and went back to India and took the WWE title with him. Yes, okay. He first was with 3MB.
Exactly. He went from a 3MB man all the way to a guy.
That was a joke. That was a joke. They released him. He came back looking all ripped and his muscles.
Exactly.
All his shit.
That's what made him such a better superstar. Because they didn't just give him the title. He had to work for the title.
Okay.
That's why he should be on this list. Because someone that works for their goal must deserve to be on some type of list or something.
All right.
Because he was working hard.
All right. So what happened after he lost the title? He lost the title. They started using him as a joke. The man was a phenom in India. He won the title, beat AJ Styles, beat Shinsuke Nakamura, then lost to AJ Styles, and it was just a joke. The man won the title for what? Because you wanted to make him an international superstar. You wanted to make the Indian scene, in his country, the scene be more out there. No, do it for the right reasons. If the man earned the title shot, give him the title shot. I don't think he should be on the list.
See, now, who I think should be on this list is Sheamus.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
No.
My goodness.
Where's Sheamus?
When's
the last time we seen Sheamus on TV?
When's the last time? That doesn't matter. When's the last time we seen Sheamus on TV? When is the last time that any of these wrestlers have won a champion yet? Has won a WWE champion? Sheamus has won the WWE titles. Multiple times. He has been putting his body through the line. He has been doing anything he could. See, now that's the thing about all of these wrestlers. These wrestlers may seem doubted and stuff like that, but wrestling, when it comes to international wrestling, some of these guys don't know what it feels like to put their body on the line. So I think each of these guys at least have one spot on somewhere in international wrestling. That's why I think Sheamus is a good international wrestler. Look at the time when him and John Cena went against each other. He went against one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. That's what they say is John Cena. He beat John Cena for the WWE title. And you don't think he deserves to be on this list?
No, because the man still is another one. He has a sensitive body, is always getting hurt, which I understand. In the world of wrestling, you're going to receive your bumps. You're going to do all of this. You're doing professional wrestling. But damn.
If you get hurt that much, that means something. That means you actually put your body on that line.
You're putting your body on the line, but it also means you can't take the hits if you're constantly getting hurt in professional wrestling. You understand what I'm saying? And when you mention stars like that, you think he's better than Alberto Del Rio? You say, yeah, I'm gonna be so upset. Alberto Del Rio. Listen, Alberto Del Rio is an international superstar. The man came into WWE, won the first ever 40-man Royal Rumble, was WWE champion, World Heavyweight champion, and unfortunately he was released over some dumb shit that happened backstage, which was retarded. Do you think he should be on this list?
Absolutely. I think he should place this list. Just like you said, Alberto was, I would say in my book, he would place at least top 10 in international superstars. He worked his butt off completely inside of the WWE, and they just completely screwed this man up.
Okay, I got one more for you before we go into the ending of the show. Hideo Itami. Kentai. Now he's Kentai in Japan.
Okay, this guy will kick your face off in a heartbeat. That guy, he's what is he?
He's Japan. He's
Japanese.
Japanese.
He's Japanese. Even better. He's Japanese. He comes into the WWE and he completely makes a whole scene. And what I mean by a scene, he shocks everyone. Like, especially what happened in WrestleMania in that match. He was kicking everybody. He was putting on a show for the people, for the cruiserweights. So I honestly think that guy, he did good. That's all I have to say.
The name he's making for himself now in G1 in Japan.
It's absolutely
Kentai.
It's absolutely
it's amazing. It's phenomenal, and I wish I can see. I have access to see that.
I have a million words to say about him, but
he's
all I have to say right now. If you have not watched that guy in battle yet, you absolutely
go to WWE Network.
You absolutely need to watch that man, because that man will have you literally off your couch, off your table. It would have you jumping on walls by his performance. That's how good Hideo Itami is.
Absolutely. Now, fans, we're actually done with our topic. We appreciate you watching about the topic. But right now, we're going to get into Clash of the Champions.
Ooh, I'm ready
we're going
for
to
that.
make our predictions today, see who's going to win what, and the matches are crazy. And these are matches that you are going to want to see this upcoming Sunday on WWE Network. First off, we have Drew Gulak, Humberto Carrillo, and Lince Dorado. I don't know these two gentlemen in the cruiserweights. I'm sorry, I should know, but I'm still gonna go with Drew.
I mean, I've seen these two cruiserweights fight once, but I gotta stay neutral on this one.
I'm gonna go with Drew.
Those guys fighting together, those guys are insane. Like, they will, no matter who wins or loses, those guys will still put on a great show.
I'm gonna go with Drew Gulak.
I'm gonna stay neutral for this one.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that. Okay. I'm gonna go with Drew Gulak. Next one.
Okay, next one. Alexa and Nikki versus Fire and Desire tag.
Fire and Desire.
Excuse me. For the tag team titles.
The women's tag team title.
Women's tag team titles, even better.
I'm going for Fire and Desire. Sonny Deville and Mandy Rose. They've been on a hot streak ever since.
Sonya Deville is a scary woman. Sonya Deville fights like a man. I'm not trying to say that as an insult, but basically that's a good.
Well, she's a former shoot fighter. She's a former shoot fighter. She kicked the shit out of you if she has to. So
exactly. So I gotta go with the Desire.
All right. Okay. So we agreed on something. Finally, the New Day against the Revival for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I would have to say the Revival.
I would have to say too. It's time for I would have to say the Revival too. It's time for the New Day to give someone else a chance. Like, for the New Day, it's easy for them to get a title. If they lose this, they can just get another title if they were to switch or if they were to do something, because the New Day has a whole bunch of experience. They won the titles like at least 4 or 3 times, and if not 4 or 3 times, probably more.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna have to give this to the Revival. I would like to see some new champions walking around the WWE universe.
Absolutely. Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman against Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
I gotta stay with those two. Seth and Braun.
Hell no. Ziggler and Roode. You know why? Because they're gonna win. All because of Seth Rollins and Braun Strowman are not going to be able to keep it together, especially with their WWE Championship, Universal Championship match coming on that day. You kidding me? You got to give a new tag team form like Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler.
When's the last time?
They just won on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, besides Monday Night Raw, when's the last time Braun Strowman won a title?
He just won the tag team titles with Seth Rollins.
Tag team title.
Don't matter. It don't matter. He's the powerhouse of the crew. Seth Rollins is Rollins is a glory hound.
Exactly.
He's a glory hound. He wants to take everything for himself.
Oh, that's not.
Come on.
If Seth Rollins was a part of the Shield and he was with the teammate,
and look, that's what I'm saying. He is, because he dismantled the Shield because he wanted to be a glory hound.
And he brought them back together. And who brought them up? The former WWE wrestler who was on.
John Moxley. John Moxley. Yeah, whatever. The architect. Come on, cut it out. Stop it.
No, I have to disagree with you.
AJ Styles against Cedric Alexander for the United States title.
You know what?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. I'm gonna have to stay neutral on this one because Cedric Alexander is catching up. He is absolutely doing phenomenal in the ring. You know, just like all these wrestlers. I think he can do a little better, but AJ Styles, ever since he's lost the title, which has been so long ago, the WWE title, he has had this new attitude that no one's ever seen.
Yeah, the new hot streak, this heel turn. That's what I like about him.
And he's also back with the Revival, which makes it...
No, not the Revival. He's with Luke Gallows.
Luke Gallows, and I'm sorry, not the Revival.
And Carl Anderson.
Luke Gallows and
OC.
Carl Anderson. Yes, the OC.
Oh, let's see how that's going to go. Shinsuke Nakamura, who we were talking about earlier, against The Miz. Shinsuke all the way. I like The Miz. The Miz is he's multiple Intercontinental Champion, but I got to go with Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm going to stay neutral on this one.
You always say neutral. Pick a winner. What you afraid of? What you afraid of?
I can't pick a winner on this one.
Stop it.
You know what? You want me to pick a winner?
Pick a winner.
I got The Miz.
You're full of it, because The Miz ain't going to take it. I'm going against
The Miz is a cheater.
Of course, but Shinsuke is a heel. Shinsuke's a heel.
What is a heel against a cheater?
He's going to take it, no questions asked.
Okay, a heel. Yeah, sure, they're cheaters too, but Miz, he has been in the game long enough to see how these people go. Stop it. You tell me to stop it, but you know I have a good point about this.
We'll see in Clash of the Champions. We'll see in Clash of the Champions. Roman Reigns, Eric Rowan, no disqualification match.
Okay, this one I really have to stay neutral on. Like, this one is a nail biter. Like, this match will probably have fans out of their seats.
I'm going for Eric Rowan. It's Eric Rowan's time. I like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is a good athlete. But I'm going with Eric Rowan so he could kick the shit out of him. And I want to see it so my wife will be pissed off. And I know if she sees it, she's going to be pissed off at me. But I'm going with Eric Rowan because with that new attitude that he has.
Yeah, I just got to stay neutral on this one. This one, I actually have
I'll give you a slide with this.
I actually have to stay neutral on this one.
All right.
Because these guys just have... Eric Rowan has this heel turn where he even turned on Daniel Bryan. And he just beat the life out of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he's not a heel, but he beat the life out of any wrestler that was to get in his way.
Absolutely.
So I just gotta say
you're right. Bayley against Charlotte. I gotta go with Bayley.
Yeah.
Bayley's new attitude, new heel turn. I'm loving it right now. I want it to stay like that. Please, WWE, do not screw this up. Keep her as a heel.
I just gotta say, for all of these WWE ladies, be careful. Because Bayley has a new attitude, and Bayley is not the one to mess with. And
especially with that new alliance that she's formed with Sasha, which Sasha is fighting Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's title, which we mentioned Bayley and Charlotte is for the SmackDown title. So Sasha Banks and Becky, and you know Sasha's going to have Bayley's back, Bayley's going to have Sasha's back, and I'm going to give this one to Sasha Banks against Becky Lynch.
Why is that?
Because she is back. The boss is back. She's ready to kick ass. She's ready to take over. Come on, you kidding me? You gonna give this to Becky Lynch? Stop it. Come on, you gotta be out your mind.
She got a little pouty fit. Sasha Banks got a pouty fit because she didn't win a title.
All right, it happens. She's a superstar.
Keep on going.
Stop. Come on. She came back. She won.
You're really agreeing with this woman?
She's a singles wrestler. You give her a freaking tag team title. Why?
Your mind.
Come on.
Because she's won a title before.
But it doesn't matter. That's the same thing. That's like saying, okay, John Cena's 16-time champion, but let's not give him a title because he's already been champion.
Let's just move on to the next.
Let's take away the Universal title from Seth Rollins because he's already been Universal champion. Come on.
All right.
Anyway,
on to the next one.
Kofi Kingston against Randy Orton.
The WWE title.
Kofi, I gotta give it to Kofi. Because Randy Orton, the Viper is the Viper, but your time is done, my brother. Like, just give it up.
He can win another title. I feel like Randy Orton should stay, but he can win a different title.
Yeah, exactly.
It's time for Kofi Kingston to rise up and
pretty much.
Now the last match.
Seth Rollins, Braun Strowman. I gotta give it to Braun.
That you're literally...
I don't care what you say. I know you're a Seth Rollins fan, but it is Braun Strowman's time to win the title.
Seth Rollins has slayed the king, slayed the beast, and now he's going to slay the monster. He's going to slay the monster. He is gonna slay the monster, and he's gonna beat.
They never really gave. Listen, they never really gave Braun Strowman a chance to win the title. They're gonna give it to him this Sunday. He's gonna take the title. He's gonna be the monster among men, the Universal Champion, Braun Strowman.
Don't get me wrong. Braun Strowman is not the guy to mess with. But when it comes to Seth Rollins is an architect.
Whatever.
Seth Rollins knows how to play his cards right inside of a ring. You know I have a good point about this.
Yeah, point. The man is a phenomenal athlete. I give you that. But he's never fought Braun Strowman one-on-one.
He's fought in Brock Lesnar. So he's a part of
what's Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar is a piece of shit. He's nothing. He's nothing. He's not an athlete. He's nothing.
All right, then. That's exactly my point. Who does the same moves over and over and who gets up after it? Answer that question. What kind of wrestler gets up over and over? What kind of wrestler got beat down while his stomach was messed up and still won the Universal title?
Fine. I give you that one.
All right, then.
But he's not going to take it this Sunday.
Watch. He's going to take it this
As
Sunday.
you see, fans, we have a difference of opinion.
The monster.
We have a difference of opinion. That's who we are. Thank you, fans, for watching. As always, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. If you have any topics, questions, concerns, email us at evolutionofprowrestling.com. We will be announcing next week's topic during the week. We're not going to announce it now because we're going to come up with some new controversial stuff that you guys are going to like coming up. From us here, fans, from myself, Lewis, my co-host Jaden, and my director and producer, my lovely wife Yesenia. Thank you, fans, for watching. Tune in next Friday, 8 p.m. sharp.